It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Zhang, Investment Director for Cardinal Namdini Limited. Sean is currently the Investment Director and Acting Managing Director of Cardinal Namdini. He's served with Shandong Gold Group for 7 years in various senior roles, including Strategic Business Director, Investment Director of Overseas Mining Division, Chair of the RAM Committee of the Board of Baladero, which is a joint venture between Shandong and Barrick Gold. Previously, Sean worked in various financial service providers and private equity funds with over 15 years' experience in Asian capital markets and private equity investment. Sean is a CFA charter holder, certified PMP with a Master's in Finance degree from the top-class French business school INSEAD and a Master's of Arts in Economics History from Peking University. So please join me in welcoming Sean to the podium. Thank you, Sean.
Good morning, Honourable Minister Jinapo and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the local language of Ghana, Twi, good morning is Machi. Pronunciation is bad, but the message is delivered. Thank you, Minister. So today, it is my honor to give the chance to present to you this wonderful project called Namdini, which I'm going to be talking about where the project is located and what we have accomplished and what we are about to do and how we're going to view this project in the long run. So from the cover, you can see this is going to be looks like after we build up the processing plant. So whereabouts? This project, as you can see, is pretty much isolated from the southwest region, which traditionally the gold producing area. We are located in the northeast province, and later I will show you the geology, a little bit geology structure, why we've been located there. But what we call this project is a game changer for the North Province, and especially north part of Ghana, and because of massive production size of this project. And thanks to the government of Ghana, we have very good infrastructure basis for the project, even though we are located very far north. So we have, later on I'll show you, we have a national grid power line just very next to our project available. And we have a water supply. They provide us ample water source from the Water River. And we have a lovely neighbors, communities just surrounding us. They've been very supportive, and they will be continuing supportive to us. So before going to the project, I would like to talk a little bit about Shandong Gold. Shandong Gold is not Shanxi Gold. We're very different. So Shandong Gold is the largest gold producer in China domestically, and we primarily focus on gold producing. Shandong Gold Group, we have a subsidiary which basically dual-listed in Shanghai and Hong Kong stock exchanges, and with capital markets around $11 billion in USD term at the current market. So we're a member of WGC, and we actually are the constituent stock for many of the major indices in the world. So Shandong Gold Group, actually, the group itself is a bit larger than the LISCO, but this project is part of the assets of the LISCO. So we are actually compliant by the disclosure obligation and all the listing rules bound by the Hong Kong Stock Exchange and the Shanghai Stock Exchange. So that's why Shandong Gold, as part of LISCO, we have an obligation periodically to publish our annual report financially, and also very importantly, ESG report. So we're gonna discuss this a little bit shortly. So Shandong Gold, we do not take for granted of mining. So mining to us is not only about minerals, it's about people as well. So there are two pillars of our production underneath. The first one is safety, and another one is always being ecological. So, safety-wise, actually, is a very good example that Shandong Gold acquired 50% of a Baladero mine 5 years ago. So we joint venture with Barrick in Argentina, which is a massive mine as well. Annually production will be reaching average about 500,000 ounces. So since 2017 to now, we have 0 case of safety incidents. And the injury loss time frequency rate has been dropping way below the international standard. So we are very proud of it, and we will continue to improve it. And also, that experience will be introduced back to the project in Namdini as well. And the ecological, which basically being ecological is one of the top mandates of Shandong Gold Group. And we are strictly supervised by our group level of ecological supervision team, and also fall under the regulation of the Chinese government. So we will uphold these values, and also we call it GIM in our company, and we're gonna apply to the Namdini project. So let's firstly talk a little bit about community. Those are the first level of stakeholders of us. And one of the key values of Shandong Gold Group, no matter where we've been, in China or in other footprints, the first thing we talk about is we want to benefit the most widest group of the stakeholders. So communities are one of the nearest stakeholders we will have the first contact with. And we're not being very long into this region, just since last year. And within 18 months time, 20 months time, we actually have been doing a lot of mini projects, and we have interaction with the communities, and we're trying to changing people's life. And that's later slides. I can show you some manifesto. So from the picture, you can see that the upper two pictures are the two villages, one called Bune and the other called Accra. So these are the original living places. So we relocated all of them, which include the number here isn't accurate. So we relocate totally 236 households, including 1,400 people, into their new home. So the below in the bottom, you can see the two pictures comparison to the upper is exactly the new sites we built for them in the past 12 months time. So now, Honorable Minister Jinapo have been on the site last month, and we have been very proud that Minister give a inauguration of the new sites for these two, and so far the villages they they used to live in their old sites. They have no access to electricity. They have no access of the hygienic water, potable water, and now they enjoy everything here. So one small story is once we start to building the new villages, new sites, the villagers told us that, are we going to have electricity charging? We said, yes, of course, you're going to have that. So we said, wow, that's great. Now I no need to travel 15 kilometers away every day to charging my cell phone. So now they fulfill their dreams. They can charging their phone at home. So these are the new sites, and we build not only the living houses, but also including churches, mosques, and soccer field, schools, hospitals. So actually, the two hospitals in the villages now be considered as regional, not solely belong to the village, because that's probably the best hospital in that region now. So this is what we have been done for the community, and we're proud of it. And we're going to continue to do a lot more projects with the local community to support them. And we have some ideas in mind already. So we believe that what we've done already start to impacting people's life in that region. And so this is a part of the reason we are so excited about the project. So these are the pictures we captured for the commissioning day when the Honorable was there. So you can see the paramount chief delegation and the local chiefs, they are all embracing the project. And you can see the passion from the pictures. So now we talk about a little bit about the project itself. So accessory projects we are going on. The first number one is accessing road. So we are near to the national highway, but we build a connection road. We call it access road, 25 kilometers from the highway. So we use about 8 months time to build up the road in the right hand side. You can see the comparison. This is not a private road. This is a public road. So after the road being built, all the villages and the residents, they can use this road to travel easily in and out. Of course, we're going to put some safety measures to make sure nobody got endangered with our large trucks, fleets, etc. So, but this road is something also provide convenience to the local community as well. But of course, to our mind, it's vital important. So besides this, we actually also build another 7 km water abstraction road as well. So this layout of the project, I think a bit too small. If you can see the right-hand upper corner. So this is the main mining activity area. So one of the beauty of the project is the mining pit is very close to the processing service area. So the haulage distance is very minimized. And also this is waste dump, and this is tailings facilities. And we have a little water storage bay here, which is because we are in the savanna climate. We have 3 months of dry season. So during the 3 months time, in order not to affect the life of the local communities, we need to store water in the pond. We need to store the water in the pond, and we just during the wet season and in the dry season, we just give all the water use convenience to the villages. So power line is another important project. So you can see in the left-hand side, it is the national grid. There are 2 national grid lines connect from south to the north, all the way to export to the Burkina Faso. But we are very close to the national grid, so which provide us a convenience to build another 25 km line from the T connection with the national grid. And the power is another very important factor to the success of the mine. But by the way, before we move in, the power supply. Oh, okay. Okay. So a little bit of flow sheet. Sorry, because of conscious of time. The flow sheet, no, it looks like conventional, but because of meteorology of the mine, we have to add up another particular circuit here. It's called ultrafine grinding. Because of mineral-bearing material, gold-bearing minerals for this mine, mostly in the pyrite, and they are fine grain. And they lock up the gold in the very fine grain size. It's mostly around average about 20 microns, and some of them even below 3, as low as 5 or 6 microns. So the flotation is easy to be floated, but it's hard to be leached out. So in order to leaching out to reaching certain level of recovery rates, we have to add up this particular circle to regrind really fine grind size. So the output of the regrind circuit will target to reach the particle size around 9 micron. It's very fine particle size. And after that, we're gonna using the certain technology called we currently identify as argon shear pre-oxidation technologies. But we have other alternatives as well. But for now, this is the best from the test work. And after that, it goes into the CRL leaching tanks. But before that, we have about 14% of the gravity chance, which in the first start pit, and roughly about 6% of the free gold we can achieve during the later stage. So we have another gravity concentration circuit being planned here. But this chart is not really exactly accurate because gravity will later we have another Acacia enhanced leaching circuit right below the gravity, but the tailings will going back to the fine grain, and that doesn't really show up on the picture here. So the throughput is basically bottlenecked by the fine grain circuits. So that's why we want to somehow to reduce the mass pool from the flotation, try all the odd means to reduce that to to boost up the throughput of the whole processing plant. These are the equipment list. I want conscious of time, will not go into the details of it. And this is the 3D models we're currently under design, and they're going to be put into builds pretty much soon. So a lot of other projects are ongoing. We have to do the deep drilling to keep exploring, and also we have continuing doing the metallurgical test work, and mining, which is going to be probably the largest contract ever in that region, given the life of mine, 13 years of mining life of mine. And another big project, the TSF, we have pretty much 139 million tons of the ore to process. So we have the large size of the tailing facility to be built. And already we start to clearing and garaging the area and start to building the campsite and processing service area. So I will not go into details about geology, but one thing I would ask for your attention is if you look at the geology map here, the structural map here, This is the long belt, greenstone belt called the Beryllium. This actually all the way open to the northeast, to extending to up to 600 kilometers and about like 5 kilometers wide. So these are the main greenstone belt, but you were hardly to find gold along this line, this fault. The gold always coming to the secondary structure. This is called shear zone. So this shear zone, we are located at the shear zone, the bottom of the shear zone, but along the line we have some tenements. And from the structural geology point of view, these lines are really possibly to have the open up during the orogenic period, and the fluids of bearing gold coming out. So some high grade could be found in this area. And along the shear zone, we can find Shanxi golds here, pretty high grade, and all the way to the Burkina Faso side, Yoga. So this is shear zone gonna be our next long-term strategic target, which could be satellite to Namdini, which could be also be another major project. Sure. So conscious time, I will not. We have a bit more to discuss, but we will not discuss that details. And put in short, we have mine life of 15 years, and for the first 3 years we call it start pit. We're gonna produce 1.1 million ounces, and relatively low strip ratio, only 0.9 strip ratio. So it's pretty easy mining mine, but a little bit, no, I wouldn't call it refractory, but difficult leaching minerals. So that's why we need to invest heavily for the initial stage. We're about to pumping a capital about at least $480 million in the next 2 years. So we're gonna build up the project, we're gonna change people's life over there, and we're gonna see what we can do more for Ghana in the near future. Thank you so much.